Hey, what's up? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out this website right here called testio, okay? Maybe you're wondering, is this legit? Can you become a tester right here? How much money can you really make? Some people say you can make $50 for every single test that you do, right? Crazy stuff. Let's see if this is legit or whether it's a waste of time. At any time, if you would like to find out my way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, just click the link below and I'll share with you my favorite strategy. Now on this channel, I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different ways to make money on the internet, okay? Some of them are really good, some of them are so-so, and a lot of them though are a big waste of time. So let's find out whether testio is good. Is it a good use of your time? Maybe there are better opportunities out there, right? Now testio is a very cool user testing, crowd testing platform. So you can basically come here, and if you have an app, then you can pay them actually to do crowd testing, and you know their prices here if you're basically a company that wants to get their apps tested. All right, so they've tested a lot of apps, people would find bugs in them, that kind of thing. Now if you're an individual that wants to become a tester, you can test these apps by coming here to become a tester. Okay, now when you click on that, you're going to land on this page right here. They've got a big community of people that test the apps. Just click on become a tester right here and you would fill in this information right here. Now the cool thing about testio is that you can be based anywhere in the world, and as long as you have different devices, and we'll talk about that in a second, you can basically become a software and app tester to find different bugs on new softwares, websites, and apps that people come out with, right? Very, very cool. All right, now once you become a tester, you've signed up, the first thing that you need to do is you need to set up your account. Okay, so you need to set up your account and make sure that you add your devices, and they can offer you different tests depending on the devices that you set up. So you can add your computer, you can add a laptop, you can add your phones, you can add your iPhone, your Androids, you can add a tablet if you have a tablet, and you can even add your watch. Okay, some people do app testing on watches. So the more devices that you add to your profile, the more tests that you can get access to. Another thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you do all the training. Okay, so they have specific training in testio that will show you how they want you to do the test. Now it's going to take a little bit of time for you to go through the training, but it's worth it because they will know whether you've completed the training or not. All right, so if you don't complete the training and you don't add as many devices as you can, you're gonna get less tests, which means that you're gonna make less money. All right, but the nice thing is once you get that all set up, you can basically work from anywhere. You can test the latest apps. You can earn a little bit of extra money, and we'll talk about this later, right? And you can, it says you expand your mind, right? Expand your skills in becoming a tester. Okay, so the steps are: you register, they onboard you. Like I mentioned earlier, you need to go through their library of testing resources. You'll receive an invitation to your first test, and you'll get paid from your first accepted bug or reproduction. Okay, now here's the thing about receiving tests. All right, testio isn't like some testing websites where they're just going to give you a bunch of tests to do straight away. You're going to have to wait a while, and you have to build up your credibility, your testing cred, all right, before they start actually sending you tests. So what happens is when you become a tester, you fill out your details, you fill out the devices, and you go through all the tests. You're gonna have to wait a few days before they actually send you a test. All right, now after that they'll send you a test, and based on how well you do at that particular test will depend on how many tests they send you in the future. You have something called test cred, all right, your credibility. The higher your credibility, the better you do at testing, the more tests that they're going to send you. But if you don't do a very good job, if you don't go through their training, if you don't add enough devices, then you're not going to get that many tests. All right, so it really depends on how well you perform as a tester. Okay, so that's very important to understand. And then it's more about just testing regularly, getting high credibility scores, and then you'll do better. Okay, and that's kind of how it works, right? Now some of the questions that you're probably wondering is, how often will you get test invitations? Okay, now here it says most testers will get at least 5 opportunities every day to test, but the reality is going to be very, very different. All right, because it really depends on how long you've been on the platform, how high your credibility score is, have you done all the things that I mentioned earlier or not, right? How many devices do you have? So it says most testers will get 5 opportunities, but that's actually not accurate. All right, sometimes you'll get an opportunity to test. Sometimes you'll get no opportunities to test. So it really has to do at an individual level. It depends on where you live, it depends on your devices, it depends on your credibility score, it depends on so many things. So don't expect to get 5 opportunities a day, because sometimes you're not going to get any tests at all, and it really depends on how many clients they have and how good you do as a tester. Okay, now let's just say you do get a test that you get to do. All right, how much do they pay? Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, right? So how much can you earn? All right, well, what it says is the most lucrative bugs pay up to $50. All right, but that doesn't mean that you're going to make $50 for every bug that you find. So that's how you earn. It's not about doing a test. Okay, let's just say you do a test but you don't find any bugs. You might make $0 for that test. So you just spent a bunch of time testing an app, testing a website, testing a software, but you don't find anything. You won't make any money from that test. They don't pay you just for taking the test. You need to find bugs. All right, now there are different levels of bugs. You might find like a small little mistake, that's a bug, okay, but you might find a huge mistake where like there's a loading issue, or maybe the screen freezes or something weird like that. That is considered a big bug. All right, so the problem is if somebody else has already found that bug, and you found it but you came second, then you're not going to get paid for that bug. Does that make sense? So it really depends on the speed of you doing the test. A little bit of luck, to be honest, because if you don't find a good bug, or you don't find any bugs, then you're not going to get paid. But on the flip side, if you're reviewing a specific app and you find 3 bugs, for example, right, which is quite rare, by the way, but let's just say you do find it, you can get paid $150 for that particular test. But it all depends. Okay, so sometimes you won't get paid for $50, but this is the highest that they're saying that they can potentially pay you. But here's what I would say: the big question is how much money can you really make from becoming a tester on testio? I would say that don't look at this as full-time income. All right, for all testing websites, even if you were to join a few different testing websites, and I've reviewed quite a few on this particular channel, right? You're not going to be able to replace your full-time income by testing. This is kind of like extra income. It's like a bonus, right? If you get a test today and you test and you find a bug, then maybe you'll make $10, maybe you'll make $30. If you're very lucky, then you'll pay you'll get paid $50, all right? But don't expect this to replace your full-time job income. You certainly are not going to be able to travel the world, retire, become a millionaire, nothing like that. This is more just like you join, and if you get lucky, you get a test, and if you do well, then maybe you find a couple of bugs and you make $50 here, $30 there. If you get really lucky, maybe $100 for a test that you do, and that's kind of the way that it's going to work. All right, so maybe if you become a great tester, maybe a few $100s a month that you might be able to make from testio, but it's not guaranteed. It's not going to be regular. You just have to understand that coming into this, okay? And if you understand that, then that's perfectly fine, right? Now, how do you get paid? You get paid once a month. They have a lot of great payout options though. PayPal, bank transfer, Wise, and Payoneer. Depending on which country that you live in, they have different ways to get paid out. All right, so that's testio. I think that this is a great testing website. All right, I think that you have to put in a little bit of time. It's not like some other testing websites where you can get access to tests straight away. It does take a little bit of effort, and you're gonna have to build up your testing credibility, right? But if you do that, then you can get access to some decent tests, and you can definitely make money through this platform. But are you gonna make full-time income like $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month? No way. It's not that type of money, all right? But it's a few $100s a month if you become a decent tester. Now, what you can do is you can join other user testing platforms as well, and one of the big ones is called user testing. So you could check out user testing. You could also sign up with testio, and the more testing websites that you're a part of, hopefully you're going to get more tests so that you can do them successfully and get more payouts, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you want to check testio out, just head over to test.io and you become a tester right here. Sign up for it right there, and I hope you enjoy being a tester as well. All right, now if you're here watching this video right now, maybe you're looking for a way to make bigger income, right? On this channel, I've reviewed hundreds of different ways to make money on the internet, right? Some of them really good, some of them so-so, a lot of them a big waste of time. But out of all the good ones that I've reviewed, I still think that there is one strategy that I've distilled for an absolute beginner to go from zero to their first $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home. If you would like to check out that strategy, I've got a free masterclass that shows you how to do it step by step. All you need to do is just click the link below and I'll share that free masterclass with you. You can go through it if you would like, alright? I hope you enjoyed this review of testio. All the best to you. See you on another video review. Take care.